Breathe deeply. Tell me about your nightmare.
There is evil at work in our homeland. Greedy lords who bring war.
He comes. Oda Nobunaga. Iga is under attack.
Is it just me, or did they do less modeling with the girl protagonist in Shadows? It just seems that in Assassin's Creed Shadows, they did less model work. If you look at Yusuke and everyone else, I don't think they spent as much time on her details.
This blade, it cannot be taken.
What?
Even
Now is the time.
look, even in the cinematics, look at his skin. Look at the detail work. Okay, and then let's back up and then look at her.
Not to be taken.
What?
It's not the same. Like, she looks kind of like an NPC.
Now is the time.
These
Like, she actually looks better when the face is covered, because you can't see the lack of detail. Okay, so her character model is like from a 2015 game, and everything else is different. So it's like they just kind of skipped over modeling that character. That's the way it looks to me.
These people don't care about us.
blood for blood.
This land will soon be unified by my vision. Is that tyranny?
I ride with you. My whole life, I have been caught on your wind, blown across the world.
I see potential in this man.
The black soldier is not one of us. Send him back to wherever he belongs.
He may become a legend, or he may die.
Kill me!
No. Oh. Tools belong in the old world. This is the way forward.
You slaughtered innocents!
The blade, it is sharp. You are part of something bigger than this war. Our fates are connected.
Is it just me? Did any of you guys see the Blue-Eyed Samurai? That's a pretty good show. It's a nice anime if you want to look at it. It's the same way with that, where they always show like feudal Japan, and there's honor in the sword, but then, hey, we're bringing out the muskets. Like, you know, we have went over there to England or somewhere, and we've got these muskets, and now we're the bad guys. Like, you see that all the time. Musket, bad guy. Sharp sword, good guy. Like, this is the comic book reference between the gun and the sword. There's honor in killing with swords. There's no honor in killing with guns. Okay, remember that, people. So, they paint this all the time. It's funny to me. As far as the character development goes right here, I have to say the trailer doesn't look that bad. I know there's a lot of controversy about the historical accuracy of it. And even in Japan, a lot of people are not happy. They are not happy about this. The government of Japan, it started, anyway, it's a whole backstory. I won't go into it. Most of you probably know, the cultural war is with this game. And the controversy, it's actually stirred in Japan.
We have all seen darkness. Some have been that darkness. Because you believe in my cause, we have come together, despite it all, to bring change.
I do think the cinematics look good, right, guys? Like, wouldn't you agree that the cinematics, they do look nice? And, this isn't gameplay, but someone who appreciates cinematics, I do. I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. I can appreciate a story and scenery, the artwork of the game. This looks nice. I mean, it's kind of hard to fuck up Japan. I mean, they have cherry blossoms. There's a lot to work with, right? If you were making a video game based on Detroit, it may take a lot of artistic skill to get it to look nice. But this isn't Detroit. This is Japan. Rural Japan. Pretty easy to get right.
To bring light.
Okay. So that was the trailer, the story trailer. It's supposed to get us kind of in an emotional state. I think it's okay. You know, I won't say it's good or bad. It's okay. So let's see what the actual gameplay is going to look like, because that's what I'm interested in. It's easier to make cinematics justify your gameplay experience. And that happens, unfortunately, a lot with modern AAA games. They're more of a movie than they are a game. It's about us. It's about our experience, not what we see. If we want to just see things, we can watch TV.
After spending several hours finally playing Assassin's Creed Shadows after multiple delays, the next entry keeps up with the satisfying action and traversal that the series is known for, but it also showcases a sharper eye for world building and giving its two protagonists their time in the spotlight. From my time sneaking through fortresses, taking in the sweeping vistas of the open world, and pulling off slick combat finishers, I got to see just how developer Ubisoft Quebec has...
It may just be me, but to me the combat seems janky. It doesn't look that good. The combat itself, like the game mechanics. The cinematics and the animations are what's going to make this game if it succeeds. And that's an if.
has improved its balancing act of satisfying action, RPG systems, and rewarding open-ended exploration in a captivating new...
Riding also looks really good. Have you noticed that, guys? Like, riding through the open world is awesome. Like, I like the open world that they've created, and the mount is pretty cool.
Setting that's been long overdue.
Okay, here we go.
Since Assassin's Creed Origins in 2017, the series has stayed comfortably within the realm of the open-world RPG, offering an expanded scope and narrative decisions to alter the course of the story. While this shift has led to some growing pains for the franchise, it has gotten a better handle on the additional layers to gameplay without compromising the fantasy of being an ancient assassin. With Shadows, the latest attempt at an Assassin's Creed RPG shows that Ubisoft may have also cracked the code on the role-playing element with its two unique protagonists, something the series has struggled to present in a way that hasn't muddied the narrative waters.
Yes, kid. It'll be quicker if I go.
Shadows sets its sights on a new mystery deep within a revamped Animus program. In this new simulation, we focus on feudal-era Japan and the secret history of both Yasuke, an historical African slave who became a full-fledged samurai, and Naue, a female shinobi taking up the mantle of her father's legacy. The pair eventually team up to navigate a radically changing 1500s Japan, rubbing shoulders with other historical allies such as Oda Nobunaga and Kuroda Kanbei, while taking down a shadowy cabal of warlords manipulating the country's attempt at unification from within.
It is possible you hold ulterior.
And this is controversial. We know it is. And yeah, you know, they have this balance. There's this hard balancing act. Just to give them some credit, there's a hard balancing act between historical accuracy and fiction when you're making a game or a movie, right? It's just like when you have a book and you make a movie afterwards. Like, what's that movie? No Country for Old Men. It doesn't go exactly by the book. It changes. So it's hard to balance historical accuracy and fiction in a game. However, when it goes to the point of being so faux that it alienates an entire country, you could say maybe you didn't walk that tightrope correctly, like you did in other Assassin's Creeds.
Motives beyond reconstruction.
Damn! One of Kanbei's dogs. Kill them!
I spent most of my playtime exploring
Damn.
Harima Province, one of the early zones that featured a quest line involving an insidious plot to undermine the region's power structure. The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows is massive, but thankfully not to the ridiculous size of Valhalla. That said, plenty of opportunities were packed in this province, and the viewpoints to observe nearby points of interest helped steer me in the right direction. A general theme I found compelling was how Shadows emphasized harmonizing with the open world, a cultural element the developers wanted to highlight with the Japanese setting.
For all those we care about.
This theme also extends to the side activities and how the world changes over time with shifting seasons that alter the terrain. Shadows ditches the need for hunting, and instead, you can find and draw rare wildlife found in the wild. It was an odd activity at first, but I found them endearing and a relaxing change of pace.
Wait, you actually... You draw the animal? You don't hunt it? Chat, did you hunt? Did you have to hunt before? When in Assassin's Creed? Was that a thing? I'm not a big Assassin's Creed guy, okay? Was hunting a thing? Because it just seems like to me that this is... Like you actually just draw the bird.
I soon found myself being taken in by how atmospheric and thoughtful the setting was.
That was worth the wait.
You're kidding, right? What are we doing, folks? This is a game about being a samurai. You're supposed to use swords and shit. We're sitting here drawing pictures of birds. This seems like an unnecessary thing in a game.
Shadows also emphasizes the dynamic between the two protagonists and their agency within the world after bonding over being outcasts within the country.
Okay, that was cool. Okay, that was cool. Let's go back. I do think that the animations in the game are awesome. Like the final kills, but that's not combat, that's animations. There's a difference. Let's look at it again.
Emphasizes the dynamic between the two protagonists and their agency
They say that's quality. You have to say that is quality.
Within the world after bonding over being outcasts.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Within the
beautiful. So this is quality animations. Not gameplay.
Country. I really enjoyed their dynamic within the story, and they play well with each other during cutscenes. Yasuke is a gentle giant and wise samurai enforcer who offers some poignant insights while learning about Japanese culture.
You notice when they mention Japanese culture, they show petting a cat? Does anyone else find that to be... That's like saying, we're going to show you American culture. Here's a McDonald's coupon. Take that memento with you back to Europe.
Sure.
The reigns will continue in a different form. Another battle, same war.
Naoe's growth into an assassin with a heavy legacy to uphold shows an early look at the dramatic highs of the main story.
That's nice.
You're free to switch off characters in the open world and during moments in the main story, letting you play as who you want.
I think
in most
that's nice.
Missions.
It's really cool to be able to switch the characters at different moments.
In an interesting addition, you also have the option of playing in canon mode, which presents a defined story without major narrative choices, which was added after developers saw how many fans were debating what the definitive story was for Valhalla and Odyssey.
So it is you.
Yasuke and Naoe also represent the different extremes of Assassin's Creed's combat and stealth experiences, which have also seen clear upgrades across the board in Shadows. For combat, there's a heightened need for dodging and parrying strikes, crucial to piercing through armor.
I have to say, guys, the combat just does not look that inviting to me. That's just me. The animations look good, like I said before, but not the combat itself. I think being able to switch off between the characters is a good idea.
To deliver a killing blow. It injects Ghost of Tsushima's offensive and defensive style of swordplay, but it also has familiar AC combat skills such as power grabs and the always funny kick move I used plenty of times. I generally felt pleased with the more thoughtful approach to combat. However, it also comes with more challenges, which unexpectedly made some of the encounters in the game feel a bit more difficult. Shadows also struggled to present fights with multiple foes accurately, and it can be easy to get overwhelmed by enemies coming in off-screen. Still, when the new combat in Shadows hits, it certainly does hit. What impressed me most...
Again, that's not combat. You press a button, and then it does things. And you would say, okay, that's combat. No, that is not combat. The combat was before that. Once you're in the animation, then it looks great. But the combat itself doesn't look fun.
Was the revamped stealth gameplay, which appropriately incorporates elements from Ubisoft's other stealth action series, Splinter Cell.
That should be all of them.
Splinter Cell was huge. If you guys remember that, it was big.
Open you are.
I need to slow down. Identify my target.
Furthermore, there's a greater emphasis on light and darkness. You can even snuff out candles to add some cover. My favorite addition is the ability to go prone, which, as you can expect, is a game changer for stealth. Playing stealth with Naue was so satisfying, and it does well to showcase just how much that gameplay style has improved. While both characters can combat and stealth, they also have clear limitations. For instance, Yasuke is a formidable fighter and is capable of ambushing enemies. However, his large stature is not ideal for advanced stealth.
Be careful.
In addition to being incapable of climbing certain areas, he's also not great at performing the leap of faith.
It is harder than it looks.
As for Naue, she's a skilled assassin with access to a grappling hook and smoke bombs. However, her nimble combat style is far more reliant on parrying and
she's
dodging,
going to be
and
DPS,
one hit from an elite enemy's heavy
and Yusuke
strike
is going to be
take a
tank.
chunk
Am I
of
right?
the health bar. While pulling off Naue's combat skills was satisfying, I often had to resist the urge to take out every enemy and run for it when things got out of hand.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm playing Yusuke.
Continuing with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can manage and upgrade a base of operations. As you recruit allies, they'll head to your hideout to open up shops and offer new side missions that incentivize revisits to previous zones. But Shadows takes this feature a step further by allowing you to build...
Alright, so this is awesome. I really like this idea. For those of you who have played Final Fantasy XIV, I really like the idea that you can create a personal instance like we do with housing. I like that. That's pretty neat. The only thing is that if it's not an MMO and people can enjoy the experience with you, it detracts from the whole purpose of having it, right? So if it's just you talking to a bunch of NPCs, I don't feel like taking my time to design something really cool so that NPCs can enjoy it. I'm not anti-NPC, but it's just not the same. But I could tinker with it. I could see that.
Build out your custom village in the vein of Animal Crossing. The Town Builder mode offers plenty of options to add necessities and some personal touches to the hideout. I spent an unexpected amount of time building more housing and decorating
What is this?
my space with
Okay, so this is like a litter box. Why would you put dogs in a litter, like... What is this?
And pets. such as cats and tanuki. There are also side activities, such as a visually striking meditation minigame to help you...
Okay, this is the problem with AAA games anymore. This is exactly the point. Big budgets, too many staff members, creating things that... I mean, I want to meditate in a game by redundantly pressing buttons on a fucking controller? It's like a tendonitis minigame. Like, why would I want to do this? I can go down to Walmart, buy a $30 trickle water fountain, and sit in my fucking living room. I don't have to just... This is insane, guys. Like, why would I sit here, click, click... Okay, what do you get?
You earn additional perks.
You get
it's an
perks.
Unexpectedly cozy side activity.
This is cozy. I don't think it's cozy. It's redundant and boring. Like, again, why? Like, I can understand enjoying the world. You do this in MMOs, right? There's beautiful landscapes and things that you can appreciate. Hell, Final Fantasy even has like this, what is it, sightseeing log. That's kind of cool. But this is just sitting in one spot.
For an AC game, and I was quickly taken...
I wish that they would take like all the mimetic stuff they do in games, like the little Shibu dogs and the litter boxes and the meditations, and think about their combat and their historical accuracies, instead of investing all this time into novelties in a game that a lot of people aren't going to... Well, let's put it this way. They wouldn't miss them if they were gone, but they're damn sure not going to like the lack of combat or the feel of it, right?
Taken in by how satisfying it was to walk around a massive village I had made in a reasonably short time.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
So far, Assassin's Creed Shadows is shaping up to be a solid follow-up to Ubisoft's ambitious Valhalla. Even if the familiar crop of open-world bugs and quirks popped up during my time, I still found a great deal to appreciate with Shadows and its world building. While this conceit is not an uncommon backdrop for video games, which can be easy to mess up with insensitive representation, Assassin's Creed Shadows so far does well to justify its take on an open-world RPG set during this culturally rich era, especially in its handling of the two protagonists. With the release finally coming soon, I'm eager to see how Ubisoft's take on Assassin's Creed's journey to Japan will come together. For more on the latest upcoming games
guys.
during this busy opening of 2025, check out our final preview of Civilization 7. And of course, for everything else in the world of video.
What'd you think of it? Personally, I thought the summary of it is that the gameplay is severely lacking as far as the combat's concerned. The animation looks fantastic. They've put plenty of memes in there, like the litter box dogs and the meditation stuff, going around and praying to shrines. These things can be culturally significant to people, and I can appreciate and understand that. In a game that's got mass audience potential, that's marketed in such a way, I'm not sure who wants to do those things, especially when you start saying that a lot of people didn't feel like you respected the culture to begin with. So are they trying to make up for that now by including shrines? I'm not sure. Maybe that was always the plan. Okay.